Alan Ritchson stars as the newest iteration of Jack Reacher in Amazon Prime's action crime series. Today on Collider, we will take a look at how Ritchson prepared his body and mind for the role.
I guess I'll find everybody responsible and kill every last one of them.
Previously, the Jack Reacher novels by Lee Child were adapted into 2 films starring Tom Cruise as the title character. But with a large number of novels in the series, producers hoped to adapt them into a television series, something that Cruise was not able to do with his schedule. And nailing a television series meant finding the perfect candidate to play the former military police major for the course of many years. When Ritchson received the audition request, his best friend who works in the industry and is an avid fan of the book series told him that he has to do it, and that he's the perfect actor to play Reacher not just physically but mentally. So, Ritchson picked up the books and understood immediately why the series has captured the minds and hearts of so many fans around the world. Jack Reacher, Ritchson says, is both mysterious and stoic, but funny and wise, and physically imposing and has a propensity to violence, is capable, confident, what's not to love.
Is a complicated thing to bring to life, and I like the challenge.
And Ritchson has more similarities to Reacher than you'd expect. Jack Reacher, as conceived by author Lee Child, is a 6 feet 5 inches tall, 210 to 250 pound character that is a U.S. Army veteran that investigates suspicious activities that put him in constant danger. Ritchson happens to be 6 feet 4 inches and roughly 235 pounds, which was a great physical match, but they are alike in more ways than one.
I like music.
Reacher comes from a military background and has traveled the world in the novels, eventually basing himself in the U.S., where most of his adventures take place. Ritchson grew up as a military brat, his father having been an active Chief Master Sergeant in the U.S. Air Force, which meant Ritchson grew up on military bases and constantly traveled the world before eventually settling down in the U.S. So with the military background in mind and the physical looks, he eventually landed the lead role in Amazon Prime's adaptation. But that was only the start for his long process of creating the character.
So I guess that means he's dirty and you're okay.
Ritchson did not want to imitate Cruise's portrayal in the 2012 and 2016 films. Instead, he wanted to bring his own idea and understanding of who Reacher is using his knowledge and background, but also studying the character that Lee Child wrote about.
So my job was reading these books, and it didn't feel like work at all. I mean, I love the books.
Before any frame of the series was shot, Ritchson read all 24 books in the series as research and to properly use the source material to bring the character to life.
And quickly became as big a fan as anybody.
A challenge, he says, was making sure his portrayal and interpretation of the character didn't disappoint the longtime fans of the character.
Hundreds of millions of people have read these books, and I don't think it's by accident.
To prepare his body for the role, Ritchson hired Rice Mogelner, a trainer, in order to break down the proper diet and workout routine Ritchson needed to get into shape. Luckily, thanks to having played bigger guys in the past, including a football player in Blue Mountain State and a vigilante in Titans, Ritchson was no stranger to working out. Still, it was a full-time job, 5 days a week for 8 months, to get his body into shape before the director would yell the first action on set. Mogelner targeted the shoulders, chest, and lats to help Ritchson achieve a striking V-taper, which would give the illusion of a larger upper body, a trick many action stars use.
Black bars are the best.
Before any workouts could start, Mogelner and Ritchson had to prepare a nutritious and high-calorie diet.
I also went to a diner, ordered peach pie, and never got to eat it because I was arrested for murder.
Ritchson was reportedly forced to eat over 4,500 calories a day during the 8-month preparation. The end goal was to also put on 30 pounds of muscle. In order to accomplish this, the trainer-actor duo hired an assistant whose only job was to bring him food, especially smoothies and protein-packed snacks. For meals, Mogelner advised a balanced diet with lean proteins, complex carbs, and healthy fats, with the intention of maintaining a slight caloric surplus for muscle growth. For protein, his meals were a mix of chicken, fish, eggs, and lean beef, while also being moderate in complex carbs, such as portions of sweet potatoes, brown rice, and oats. Some healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and olive oil had to be incorporated, not only to give high energy levels, but to also help in maintaining a hormonal balance. To balance all the food he ate, Ritchson had to rest and get good amounts of sleep. Hydration was also important, with a focus on water and electrolyte balance and multivitamins for support.
Like someone took the sign as a personal challenge.
Doreen, I'm just warming up.
After crafting his perfect diet, Ritchson booked 8 months off work to exercise and prepare his body physically and mentally for the taxing TV series shooting schedule. And since he had booked the role prior to the pandemic, His training coincided with the lockdowns, which meant needing to build a home gym. Building mass requires consistency more than anything, and Ritchson showed tremendous patience and dedication. Mogilner created a well-structured routine for the actor, where he had to perform 3 to 4 sets, with each set consisting of 8 to 12 reps. The exercises Ritchson did ranged from deadlifts to bench and overhead pressings to lateral pull-downs and raises and even squats. He did all these exercises twice a week before increasing the frequency and weights to challenge his muscles over time, testing his perseverance and dedication towards his goals. Together, all these exercises ensured a broader range of muscle stimulation and growth.
Jack Reacher. No middle name.
Besides getting his body into shape, Ritchson also had to learn Reacher's unique combat style that he's known for in the novels. This new style involved attacking with his elbows and the back of his head, which was a concern for the star since he was afraid he might not pull it off and could end up hurting his brain or body. Although having done various fights and stunts his whole career and practiced martial arts, he had to train his mind and his body and work alongside the directors and stunt coordinators. Often, they had a limited time to shoot the actual scene. They had a previs as opposed to storyboarding in order to allow the camera operator to practice their movements and ensure successful takes.
If you boys knew what's about to happen to you, you'd leave now.
That is exactly how they were able to pull off the iconic brutal prison fight scene.
1, 2.
Of course, the character of Jack Reacher is more than just his physical attributes and unique combat style. For the purpose of building out the character development seen over the course of the show, the creators decided to explore small, revealing details about Reacher by writing in flashbacks of a younger Jack Reacher, portrayed by Maxwell Jenkins in the series. But how did the young actor align his portrayal with the adult Jack Reacher to ensure continuity? For his preparation, Jenkins talked with showrunner Nick Santora and Ritchson, as he saw it important to be in support and part of Ritchson's creation. They discussed the physicality of the character a lot and concluded that Reacher is very much like a crocodile. He sits, listens, waits, and only moves when the time is right. To ensure continuity between the two performances, Jensen watched the dailies and Ritchson's auditions, studied his choices, and then created the character through mixing Ritchson's expressions and gestures with his own. And luckily, young Jack Reacher didn't need to achieve the same physical build as the adult one.
I'm sorry, the left side of his face doesn't look like the right.
Alan Ritchson's 8-month journey to becoming the iconic Jack Reacher was a testament to his dedication as an actor. Through rigorous physical training, disciplined dieting,
When that happens, things can change fast.
and deep psychological exploration, he transformed himself into one of the world's most beloved literal action characters.